by giving all glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers teaching the truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect. 1/3, the sincere listeners. All right, Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai being the name of his Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, this gospel, this truth, is for the Israelites. All right, the Israelites only, who are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the ones scattered abroad that may look like the other nations, but your spirit resonates with this truth. All right, the kingdom of heaven, salvation is for you. Okay, today's lesson is going to be entitled "Be Mindful," or be privy to Esau's think tank ideologies. All right, and this is pretty much inspired off of the highways lesson that we did on Saturday, going into how Esau, he gets the brightest minds from the top institutions, university institutions, right, from the Ivy League schools and Oxford and different various high level institutions, right, throughout the world, and he uses those people to help social engineer, his will and what he wants done, his agenda, right? And he gets people from all facets of society. So whatever you study, he needs engineers, he needs doctors, he needs lawyers, he needs political science, people that's into that psychology, people that's into psychology, studying psychology, right? Any pretty much any and all ways of life and studies, you see what I'm saying, you could think of, he's going into that. He's taking the best talent out of all those facets of life and society. Okay, he's getting the best of the best. Now, when he's doing that, these people, they're on a need to know basis. They don't have the full plans of the elites, right? But the elites use them as a think tank, right? They use their professional expertise in what they pretty much are experts in, the knowledge that they have. The elites use their expertise in order to fulfill their plans. Okay, so for an example, right, even when it comes to quote unquote the Bible, Christianity, and what vocab does, because vocab is an agent sent. All right, he's an agent for sure, but he has a think tank behind him. He has a group of people that study what the Israelites say, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, and really all the Israelite camps, right? He has a group of people that study what all the Israelite camps say, all the Israelites say, the various different doctrines that we may have, that we do have, but GMS, Great Millstone, has the 100% truth. Okay, but these devils, what they do is they'll hear everything they have to say and then use certain information. Oh, these Israelites only blacks can make it. Oh, these are the Old Testament Israelites. So let's throw some confusion here and say, the black Hebrew Israelite. Let's just call them the black Hebrew Israelites, right? Let's just say only black people can make. Oh, they say only black people can make it, right? All a whole bunch of confusion, right? And not only that, play on words. That's why we gotta know words, study the words, the root words, okay? Because the English language is a bastard language, but they play on the fact that people don't look up words and where they go back to. They play on new speech, right? They play on the emotions of these people based off of new speech. That's why a lot of people, they can't read the King James version. The Spirit is not with them when it comes to reading the King James Version Bible, right? But going back to my point, there's a think. Vocab is just not just one man. He has a multitude of people, all right, that are searching out the scriptures, trying to sow doubt and discord amongst the Israelites, trying to sway us, trying to make us not believe, or whatever the case may be, trying to make others, not even just us, trying to make others not believe, trying to make others not come into this truth, right? Let's see. Let's get this. This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. It says, "For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth." So all the stuff that you people are doing to prevent the truth from coming out, you see what I'm saying? It's only furthering the truth. You see what I'm saying? A lot of you people are being marked, man. I gotta bring it up. The incident that happened with the brother teaching on the highways and byways, and Edomite pulled a gun out on him, man. That was a very viral moment. A lot of people got marked for that, man. A lot of people, not people that are Israelites, but Israelite by blood, okay? But they made YouTube, they put it on their YouTube channel. They commented on it, like doing a news report on. Basically, you know what I mean? Everybody's their own news reporter now. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that, so to speak, because these people, they help us when it comes to videos and stuff like that. We can use their videos and break it down through the scriptures. You know what I mean? But this particular event that happened to do with the Israelites, okay, went viral, and a lot of people got marked. Okay, and what do I mean by that? A lot of people saw that and they were probably like, yeah, good for him. I'm talking about Israelites. A lot of Israelites got marked, right? And that justifies the Lord in bringing destruction upon you. But guess what? Through stuff like that, I know, some Israelites can be saved, right? They hear that, they see that. It's like, oh, let me look more into this. Let me hear what these guys are saying. Let me know more about what they're on about. Let me get a better understanding. That's really the elect. That's an elect spirit. Only the elect is really gonna put, because a real judge, an elect has the spirit of a judge, whether he knows it or not, right? And that's exactly what the elect does. The elect, what they do, the hopeful elect, what they'll do is they don't care about the I guess the backlash and the negative, quote unquote, things that come with the truth, man. They want to know about the truth. Is it the truth or not? And they keep going. They keep going. It's like, whoa, these guys are telling the truth. I've been lied to all my life, right? That's what a real man, a real judge will do. All right, he'll put away all the noise, all the gimmicks, right? He's not here for the gimmicks, right? The antics, the semantics. A real man is not here for none of that. Okay, a real man wants to get to the bottom of things. The real man wants truth. Okay, and when you're a real man, the Lord's dealing with you. You're gonna be able to come into this, man. So through that event, certain people were are probably probably looking for more answers, probably getting the answers they want, and maybe coming around. Who knows? Right? But a lot of people got marked for death too. A lot of people scoff. They see that, just Israelites, man. They're racist anyway. So whatever, who cares whatever happens to them? They don't deserve to live in a place like this, in this equal world. They don't deserve to live in a place like this, and they have hate in their heart. Right? So you people are getting marked, man. Okay? So let's go back though. Psalm 64, I'm going to start at 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Like I said, these think tanks, right? These elite think tanks, man. Okay? Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Right? And even so, let's get this real quick. 6. Yeah, Revelation 6. I wanted to bring this out because these are the people that they're gonna want with them when all hell breaks loose, you know, and they want them in their new system, basically their new system, man. The smartest and the brightest, right? So this is who they want. Revelation 6 and 50, and the strong, you know, Revelation 6 and 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men. Okay? So the rich men, the chief captains, great men, all right? Great, you know, wise men, whatever. Smart, you know what I mean? Captains, military men, mighty men, right? Military, generals, and every bondman, servant, slaves, and every free man. Okay? People that are still part of that elite class, you know, hid themselves, but they need to bring these people in order to, because they think in their mind, if we bring the smartest of the smartest with us, these are elite, the elite of the not they're not elite compared to the actual elite, but they're elite compared to the people in that realm of going to universities and, you know, that university realm, right? Like we all know Harvard, I mean the Ivy League is the quote unquote smartest institution for you know, that's where you get your top scholars, so to speak, in America. You know what I mean? They call it the Ivy League. You see what I'm saying? And you know, that's Harvard, Yale. There's a whole bunch of schools: Yale, Princeton, Cornell. You know, there's a whole bunch of schools. We can even get that. Ivy League schools. Oh, Columbia's there. Yep, yep. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that looks like. Yeah, whatever. Same thing. Harvard University, Columbia University, Yale, Brown, Princeton University, Dartmouth, University of Pennsylvania. Okay, Cornell University. I didn't even know University of Pennsylvania. I guess that's different than Penn State. So yeah, so University of Pennsylvania, Dartmouth. This is a kind of a low-key one. I never really heard of this one, but obviously it is an Ivy League school, Ivy League institution. The rest I heard. But yeah, Cornell. I've been to a couple of these schools actually. Been to, you know. But yeah, you get the idea. So they get the brightest, the smartest and brightest from these institutions. Okay, and this is the top institution. Not just this institute, not just these institutions, right? I'm sure wherever else as well, in wherever country that has like the top schools and stuff like that, they get the elitist kind of people from there as well. You know, and like I said, this is for all facets of society. Okay, they need the best engineers. They're gonna go to these schools. They need the best psychologists or whatever. They're gonna go to these schools, right? They need the best doctors. They're gonna look for people from these institutions, man. The top of these institutions, not just any old fuck, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the majority, they're Edomites anyways. All right, and the scriptures talk about that anyways. But let me go back to Psalm 64, yeah. So it says, hide me. It says, verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot and fear not. Okay? They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, right? So when they get them think tanks, really when it comes down to it, when they're at them think tank tables, man, like look at crack in the 80s, man. That was a divisive, that was a planned out, well thought out thing. Okay, they had to get the witches from who was the witches and warlocks that I'm talking about? That's the doctors, man. They had to get them to think of, oh, and the chemists, right? The scientists. They had to get these people, and on top of that, they had to get the psychology. You know, they had to get a lot of different people from different backgrounds. Okay, eugenicists, like, you know, these people that study these things, man. And like, how can we bring them down and destroy these people, right? That took a think tank. That wasn't just, you know, that wasn't just no any old thing, man. That took time. They had to plan that. You know what I mean? You know, but they had to plan that, man. And then in terms of the idea, like even this whole thing with the division between man and woman, man, that was a think tank ideology, man. But you know, it was prophecy as well. Don't get it twisted. Genesis 3. Okay? But how this devil has executed it, man, is really through a lot of think tank ideology, man. Like there's this new thing. I didn't really want to do a video on it, man. I just wanted to touch on it lightly because it's just bullshit. Like there's a lot of, it's rage bait. And that also, rage bait is another thing that they use to pretty much harness your energy, man. Get you all worked up, stressed out about things you can't control, man. And it's rage bait though, because you know right now there is a division between man and woman overall, man. Okay, in this society, that's how Esau set it up in this society, right? But where was I going with this? So basically, the think tank ideology, that the newest one on the block, is they're saying how it's not the fact that women's ovaries are expired. It's the fact that it's not the fact that women's ovaries are expired is the reason why they can't have children. It's the fact that men have bad sperm cells, and that's the reason why they're not getting pregnant. So they're basically saying women can get pregnant all the way up until whatever age. You get what I'm trying to say? Which is not the case. You know what I mean? And that's another topic for another day as well, because it really comes down to a lot of you women's diet, man. You know, a lot of you women, because women, there's a thing called, what they call menopause, I believe. And that happens when you women can't have a period anymore. So you stop having your period. Right? But what does that mean? You can't bear children anymore. That's a sign that you can't bear children anymore. Right? But a lot of people say that this is a Western thing. Okay, you go to Africa, a lot of women, you know, they still get their cycle, even, you know, up to a certain age, like later than the way these women get their thing so early, so to speak, on this side in the West. Okay, but now a lot of that comes down to diet. Okay, so here it is, you want to blame the man, blame the patriarchy, whatever the fuck. All right, but you're being corralled, you're being duped, you're being snared by the devil, Esau, Edom. Okay, and really, you need to be looking to the higher power. You need to be looking to your, you know, the Israelite man, your Israelite man, solely one man, righteous man, for answers and truth. All right, but fuck all that, anyways. Right, but you can hear the stupidity and hypocrisy and all the nonsense that these people like to pretty much delve into, man. You know, they search out iniquities and they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Okay. So they really think deep on how they can overthrow and plot against Jacob, man. You know what I mean? This is Psalms 83, 2. And it says, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Okay? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's why anytime we try and tell our people that we are the Israelites, they don't want to accept it, they don't want to believe it. What about the white man? Who is he? Right? The white man put your ass in slavery. Okay? He raped your woman in front of your face. He raped you. Okay, as a man, he butt broke you. He had other Jakes looking like you, butt breaking you. He had other Jakes sleeping with your woman. All right, this is all set up by the so-called white man. Adultery. Right? He was playing with your little children. All right, the boys and the girls. He was using your babies as alligator bait. Right? Well, you want to forgive this devil, right? Jesus says to forgive and forget, right? And that's why the Lord has to destroy you. Yahweh Shai, not Jesus, Yahweh Shai, all right, the Son of God, the Son of Yahweh, is going to destroy you people, man. The wicked of our people. Because you want to forgive and forget what this devil has done unto you, man. He has not restored you. He has not made you whole. He has not told you who you are. He just said, get over it. Get over it. Eat out of my cup. Eat out of my lifestyle. And you'll be fine. That's what he's basically said. And now he's turning his back against you. All right? He's never been for you. He's never been for you. He's never been with you. Okay, but you're seeing this devil show his horns now through his different federal agencies. He wants to put pressure on the southern kingdom, Judah. Okay? And he's already putting pressure on the northern kingdom. He's putting pressure on both kingdoms. Okay? It's only a matter of time. This thing is heating up. World War III. We already know. We know digital IDs, MOTBs. Okay, 15-minute cities. Okay, it's going down in our lifetime, man. And you people are playing fucking games, and that's why we're not gonna mourn for you, man. We can't mourn for the wicked of our people because they've done a lot of wicked shit. Okay. We gotta keep, we gotta keep calling this devil out on the bullshit that he does, man. Okay? But this is our enemy, man. This is our enemy. This is who's against us. Alright? This is Isaiah 29. And 15 says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? Okay, and that's what these Edomites are so proud that they're basically saying the ways of the Most High are archaic, barbaric, they're old, they're not progressive. We have the progressive ways, we have the better ways, right? We have the iPhone technology, iOS, Android, Windows, smart TV, Apple technology. To hell, they say to hell with the Most High's understanding his ways. We have the medicine. You can trust in us, trust in trust the doctors, trust the science, right? These people don't believe in the Most High. They don't fear the Most High, right? They don't operate in fear the Most High, man. They operate in pride, okay? And they push that pride upon all you people, especially the lowest of our people, the lowest nation on the earth, Israel. What the fuck are you proud about? But you people are the most proud people, man. The fuck are you proud about? You're in fucking captivity, man. You're in slavery. What is there to be proud about, man? You're not winning here, man. I don't care. You might have some FRN, Federal Reserve notes. All right, you might be doing well for yourself, but spiritually you're destroyed, man. You're not winning here, man. Okay? You're done out here. This is Proverbs 21:30. It says, there is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord Yahweh. Right? Like I said, these think tanks, they're really doing the will of the Most High. So it's not that I even going against it, but it's to your own detriment. You Edomites, you so-called white people, and the rest of you nations, man. Really, you Edomites, you were created to be the vessels to be destroyed, man, or a vessel to be hated. Okay, you were created to be the devil, right? So we could destroy you. The Lord could destroy you. Okay, to be hated, man. There's nothing you can do against the will of the Heavenly Father, man. This is all in God's plan. There's a joke. You gotta have fun sometimes, I found that's on West End Road. Somebody could too. Yahweh's plan, Just have to make it clear. It's Yahweh's plan, not, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And that's exactly what y'all do, man. Y'all devise iniquity, come up with bullshit, and and plot against the righteous, man. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what's going on in this world. But with that, I'm gonna close up. Lord will, you're edified. I'm gonna say shalom, and to the next one, man. To hell with these devils. Shalom.